Hey, what's up, nerds and birds? It is Mythic Games back again with another sweet tutorial. Now, I do apologize for the long wait. I know it has been far too long. 2 weeks. I know. Oh, this is terrible. Please don't shoot me. I want to leave. But yes, for this tutorial, what we will be doing is how to script air attacks. So what this basically means is your plane will be able to come flying into the map, piloted by a Gilbert or by whatever pilot that you want to name him, and he will lower his plane down to a nice altitude and unload his weapons upon the enemy and bring destruction. So basically, yes, this does mean that you'll be able to do bombing runs or use the primary machine guns and stuff like that, and all that mumbo jumbo. So if you guys do feel that this tutorial helps and you're able to find it easy, then feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the video. Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial on how to script air attacks for your missions and everything nice and awesome and spice. So, of course, the first thing you're going to want to do for this tutorial is load up your golden rules. That means, of course, your map, your mission, and your units all in F3 mode. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is place down your units, your two guys, your pilots, and your plane. Of course, you know, I don't know why this plane is bright blue. Gilbert here and his friend Gary, who managed to get himself some nice clone armor, don't know where he got that from, will be piloting this thing for today. And of course, these two have spotted some unknown enemies in their neighborhood, and of course, if we go take a look over here, it's Geonosians. Oh my gosh, it's a whole gang of them. So Gilbert's like, oh no, we gotta get these guys out of our neighborhood. The best way to do it is by exploding them. So now, the first thing we're going to want to do is select these two guys here and just put them inside the plane. I'm just going to put them all up in the plane. Guy's taking the back gunner seat, so that's good. That's good to know. So now that we have these two guys in the gunner seats and in the pilot seat, what we're going to do is put this in the air. So there is multiple ways to put this plane up in the air, and the first one is many that I see doing who are very, very beginners at the gem editor is they always direct control the plane and they always make it take off and then they hit space and launch it up into the air. No, but there is another different way we can do this, and it's really simple by just going over the properties when we have the plane selected, by going to the properties, setting it from chassis, current wheel to airborne. So now it'll sink into the ground, but don't worry, you haven't broken it. If we go to the airborne, which is just beneath chassis, we just change the altitude to 20, which puts it all up in the air. So the plane is now in the air and it's airborne. Of course, it's stationary. That's okay. That's exactly what we want. So we're just going to move this back, and it actually changed color for some odd reason. Okay, so we got a chameleon plane on our hands. This is very interesting. I wonder where Gilbert got this from. But now that we have the plane up in the air, what we're gonna want to do is just angle it so it's facing our enemy guys over there, our gang of Geonosians, you know. Now that we have the plane selected, we're gonna hit U on our keyboard, go to tags. We're gonna tag this as plane, just plane. Hit hidden as well. Now that we have plane and hidden tag, which means it's going to be hidden when before it spawns in, but of course we're going to see it anyway. So after we've done that, we're going to then go to waypoints. We're going to add a waypoint group called attack underscore plane, and we're going to add that in. Now that we've done that, we're going to go down to waypoints, and of course we're going to add our first waypoint, which is going to be 0. So we're just going to put it back here. And then we're going to go add another one. We're going to 1, and then we're going to go 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. So we're just going to move this one across just a little so it's all nice and symmetrical with each other, just maybe this one across there. So on the last waypoint, we're actually going to add another command, an early command, as I call this, which is called delete command. So basically what this means, as I did say in a previous tutorial, is whenever the plane goes across this whole waypoint group, it's going to reach waypoint 5 and then automatically delete itself. So now that we have that all done, then we're going to go to the triggers and we're going to create a trigger. Yes, a trigger. And we're going to introduce 2 new triggers that maybe some of you guys have never actually messed around with. And we're going to call this attack _ gun _ run. Oh, rim? Attack, gun, run conditions, we don't need any. It's just all commands. So the first command we're actually going to add is go to other, actor to waypoint, and as you normally do in previous tutorials, you're going to add the plane tag. You're going to put the first waypoint it'll be starting from. This may depend on how many waypoints you have down, so yours could be 50 or 179 waypoint, something like that. It's all depends on what you guys are doing, if it's really detailed scripting. So we're going to go teleport and rotate it as well. So it teleports the plane to the first waypoint and then rotates it in the right direction. So now for the two new commands, which if we right click, add and insert, we're going to go straight into actor. The first one we're going to add is air _ state. We're going to go into selectors for the property for air state, go to tag the plane, then we're going to hit OK. Then we're going to miss out drop and ground and just go 20, because that's the exact same we put in for the properties of the plane to put it up into the air. So now that that's all correct, then we're going to add another one. We're going to go to actor air _ attack. Now that we get all these different properties for the air attack, we're going to now basically go through them all individually. So selector, of course, is just as setting up for a waypoint, is put the plane in and then hit OK. Drop, we're going to miss out drop because we don't need this for now. Order sensor or senseless, we don't need that. Enemies, basically what this means, if we go in here, it means if you tag an enemy on the ground. So for example, if I go over here and I go to entities mode, select this car here and tag it Doom. We're just going to tag it Doom. And now that this is tagged Doom, we're going to go back to the air attack. And we're just going to open this up and put a tag in here. Now, see that this is now being tagged Doom. Basically, what this is telling the plane to do is, come and destroy Doom over here. And he's going to focus all his firepower on Doom. Sometimes it doesn't actually work, so it's right now we're just actually going to leave this one out for the time being. And the reason why is because it doesn't work half the time, so it is a little bit of a one to mess around with to get it to work. Of course, I would show you guys, but we're just going to focus on destroying a single gun run and then sorry, getting tongue-tied there, and then that will be the tutorial. I may actually do another tutorial again where we just focus on how to create just a single bombing run, but of course that is for another tutorial. So now clone and count we're going to miss out, and we're just going to tick off move from back and force placement. So basically this is telling them stopping the plane from being moved back and then the placement force. And we're actually going to tick off random weapons, and then it's simple enough, just waypoints. And of course the waypoint that we put in over these guys was waypoint 3, so we're just going to move that around into maybe the middle of them. Yeah, that seems about right. So just the middle. Then we're going to go back here and we're going to go waypoint 0 and waypoint 3 and attack altitude, which means it's going to lower itself down to maybe 12-ish and then drop its bombs. So then we're going to hit OK. Now that is everything done for air attack. Another thing we're actually going to just take a quick look at is, because we ticked off random weapons, it's going to use this primary weapon that it has, activated first. So its first weapon is its missiles. But of course, to change its primary weapons, we're just going to manually do this. Now you have to do this manually for this script. Unfortunately, it is a pain in the butt, I do know. Now that is all done, we're just going to test out how it looks and how it works. Oh, there we are. Oh, it's changed color again. It is a chameleon. And then we're going to watch it come straight in and drop its bombs. There it is, one bomb. Oh, chain reaction. Oh, unfortunately, it didn't get all of them. That is okay. A few G-Notions did survive. That is okie dokie. So these guys will live to tell the tale. Now we're going to go to F3, and I'm just going to quickly show you guys something. The reason why it was a little off target was because the radius around here determines how accurate it will be. So if we go 50% or 50%, it does make the radius around here smaller, which means it will be more accurate, and the bombs will probably land, a little more closer in the middle of these guys. And of course, if you want the bombs to be landing all over the place, you can make the radius 500, so it has a bigger window to, drop a few more bombs. So that is a cool little trick to know, and I bet you guys didn't know that. Ooh, teaching you guys some new stuff. So, of course, there we are. So that is basically it for the tutorial. There's not really much that I know or could think of that I could show you guys, but I believe that's us for the tutorial. So if you guys did like this tutorial and feel that it helped you in scripting attack runs and stuff like that, then feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The next tutorial we will be focusing on, which I saw someone ask about, was how to make units walk in formations, so line infantry, stuff like that. There is two ways you can do it, but my way seems to be a little more easier, so you guys can mess around with that. So of course, this is it for the tutorial, guys. I hope you had a nice day or evening, and I will see you all in the next tutorial.